Oh, can you guys see my screen? Okay. So, as I was saying, Sam, the question says, which customer was the most profitable from year 2013 to year 2016? Which customer was the most profitable from year 2013 to year 2016? You know what? As a matter of fact, maybe I should attempt this question all over again. Yeah? Would that be good, Sam?
No, you don't have to. I understand the question. I just
Okay.
want to know, like, when I moved in the year into the role field, right? I
Yeah.
had like 2011 to 2016, but I just want to know how you filtered out
Okay.
2011 to, and like you 2013 to 2016.
Okay. The best way you can do that, or the only way you do that, you can do that in pivot table, is to come to your pivot table field here and find your year. You've dropped your year under your customer ID here. You've dropped your year under your customer ID. Then come to your pivot table fields. You will see that your year is checked already. Come to your pivot table fields, then come to the drop down beside your year. Come to this drop down here. Then you can filter out the year you want to see and the years you don't want to see. So, and according to the question, I need just information about 2013 to 2016. So I am excluding 2011 and 2012 and focusing on 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016 and clicking my OK. So that's why I have all the information here. Is that understandable now? Do you understand me now, Sam?
Oh yes, yes, I do. Thank
Okay,
you.
so what was your last question?
I wanted to know if you could combine like different signs, like
No,
be greater
we
than or
can't. Okay,
equal to.
yeah. That your mathematics. No, we can't. Sam, this is not a maths class. This is a data analytics class. And also, I want you to always remember something. I understand confidence plays a big part in this career as a data analyst. And the reason why I'm saying this is that confidence has helped me a lot. This past week, I just secured a gig, a side gig that I secured solely based on my confidence as a data analyst. Not solely based on my confidence also, but also based on my experience. And from my experience, I have learned that there might be other methods to solve a problem, but the first method that I'm always going to go for is the method that gets the job done. As at that time, especially if I'm working with a time frame, the only time I make use of every other method is when I am working for myself or when I have a lot of time. And the only reason why I can make use of every other method is if I want to compare whether if I use every other method, it's still going to arrive at the same answer for me. And that same answer has to be the answer that my client needs. So you don't have to always complicate things for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the guy that gets the job done gets to be noticed. I think that is it for me. If you are using multiple ifs and then trying to use your greater than or something like that, if you get the job done, fine. But you also have to consider your speed and accuracy too. And also, you also have to consider that at the end of your report, at the end of your analysis, your report, your visualization, your dashboard, if that method does not complicate things for you, fine. You can really flex about it. But if it complicates things for you, just take the easy road, take the easy route, and get the job done and leave it alone. Okay, Gift, you have the floor. Please unmute yourself. Gift, you
Okay,
can.
thank you. Thank you.
All
So I
right.
just joined back. I don't know
No, he asked a question that
if you had
can
mentioned it.
we
But for
mention?
this pivot,
Okay, continue then. Continue, please, Gift.
Okay, so I think there's a network lag. And for this pivot table, the filter in this pivot table fields at the right hand side, the filter area here, is it possible we also use drag our year to that filter column, which will show it maybe I think upwards, but it will not reflect on the pivot chart the way this one reflected. Would that change anything, or is this something that we should also consider?
You can try. For instance, let me remove my year from my rows, and then let me bring it to filters. If I bring it to filters, I can still, okay, since my year is still filtered, since it is still filtered like this, 2013 to, let me select all, and then let me click on OK. At the same time, let me now remove the old 2011 and 2012, and then click on OK. If you are looking at it like this is not really ethical. Do you know the reason why it is not ethical? By the time you try to convert this particular pivot table, by the time you try to convert it to PDF, this guy is going to be showing here. This year and multiple items are going to show in your PDF, in part of your report. Whereas they don't really belong, they don't need to be shown. So it is better for you to have your years detailed, listed in details, that, okay, in year 2013, this person that is leading in terms of profit has this particular profit. 2014, this profit, 2015, this profit, 2016, this profit. It is better to bring the years and the profit that was made than just summarize them like this and sacrificing it for this unneeded detail on your report. I don't know if you understand what I mean there. If you are working by yourself,
Yes, I do. Noted.
if
Thank
you
you,
are
sir.
working by yourself, you can say you can do this and leave it there. But professionally, by the time you get to a conference, to the conference room, and you are making a presentation, you see every details in your report is very, very important. Is very, very important. Every details in your report is very, very important, because you have different kind of people as your audience. People that will understand the reason why you have this here, and people that will be questioning you and be wondering that, what is this? What is this multiple items? What is this? What is that? So like I said, you have to consider the layman and the professional as part of your audience. And putting something like this here, you are not really considering the layman here, because you will still have to, because by the time you convert this to PDF, these multiple items is not going to be active anymore. You cannot edit this button or anything like that. You can't edit it, but it is still going to be there for you. So rather than just showing it, why not just excuse it completely? Excuse it completely and show it in a way that is going to work for you, like this. And this actually gives even much more details, much more insight into what the question asks you to do. I know that we all know, you've shown here that customer 14157 is your most profitable customer for the 4 years. But you can even give them an insight that the reason why this customer is the most profitable for the 4 years is that in the year 2013, this customer made about 39,273. In the year 2014, made 35. But in the year 2015, this customer made a whopping sum of 57,000. Break it down in details for people to understand. So that is it. Somebody is asking a question that during your work in problem 8, when you are using if and, how do you automate absolute on cells you want to make or transform into absolute? Please, I don't know who this is. Can you please unmute yourself? You don't have a name. Can you please unmute yourself and...
It's me, Splendor.
Splendor, okay. I will need you
I
to
want.
like explain this question very well. I know you are one of the shy people that doesn't want to like be in the audience, but sorry about that.
No, I do talk. Okay. Um,
You mean
when
problem
you're
8
trying,
here?
yes,
Okay,
when
continue.
when you need to confirm that it's absolute, there is a way you used to just tap on it and it turns either blue to show that it is completely absolute. I don't know, but I don't know how to do that.
I really don't get your question. If you are talking about this, you are talking about absolute referencing.
Yeah,
Okay, look at it
like
here. This is this first one here, C23 here. I referenced it absolutely, right? There's $sign in front of my my C, my column. There's also a
yes,
$sign in front of my row 23. Like I said,
yeah,
just on some laptops or some keyboards, if you press your F4, your cell is going to be referenced absolutely. And the reason why I am referencing it absolutely is because, you know, these cells are standing alone. They are standing alone. This
okay,
target revenue is standing alone. Because I want Excel to do the rest for me automatically, that is, it's going to autofill it downwards. And if I don't reference it like this, by the time Excel tries to move downward, this space here is going to affect it. For instance, let me remove my absolute referencing from here. And so that you will see what I'm trying to do. Let me remove absolute referencing from here. I'll remove it from here too. Let me remove my absolute referencing from almost everything then. And you see the reason why absolute referencing is very, very important in this case now. Now, if I hit enter now, you'll see what is going to happen. Normally here, this C23 here, when Excel moves forward, you will see that, let me return it back to what I have before. John. Okay. The reason why I reference this absolutely is because I want to perform autofilling, and I have just revenue in this first cell, but I have something else. I have target quantity in the third cell, which are two different things that are going to be making reference to two different columns. This is revenue and this is quantity. And I am having them separately. So I have to reference them absolutely. That is why I am putting absolute references here. And also for this place and also for this place too.
all right, thank you.
Okay. So is there anyone that has any other question? Because for this week, like I said, I'm going to try and see what we can do, whether we can, if we can reduce the amount of videos we are going to be covering for a week. But I want you guys to know something, that if we are going to do that, that means this course is going to take it might end up taking us beyond the 3 months. And the next cohorts that are going to start, the next batch that are going to start by June, are currently on the waiting list right now. They are currently waiting, and we don't want each batch to clash with each other. We want everyone to learn. We don't want to shift our attention to the next batch simply because we have a new batch that are currently waiting, and then discard our attention away from you guys. We want it to be equal. So that is why we want to stick to the time frame. Though I'm still going to try. But it might end up affecting our length, the duration of this course for us. But I'm still going to see what I can do to that. Also, for this week, for those of, if we have downloaded our course materials, okay. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, if you can see my screen, I am going to try and show you guys something. Okay. Let me see. We come to data analytics. I think you guys really have to manage, just like Splendor says. it's better for you to just do whatever you want to do once and for all. So let's come to this curriculum. Yeah, let's come to the curriculum. So under these exercise files here, our practice assignment, there is a practice assignment, just like I said last week, there is a practice assignment here that everyone is expected to download. Now, if you download this practice assignment, you are going to see this particular file here. Let me see the data set here. Practice assignment. Count ifs. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, so there is you will see 3B. If you guys can see my screen, you will see this 3B here. 3B dataset. After you have downloaded this practice assignment here, after you have downloaded this practice assignment, you will see this dataset 3B. You see dataset 3B. This dataset 3B here. You see exercise 1 and exercise 2. They are very technical questions, but they are also simple. So you are expected to use this data set here to answer every one of these questions here. First, you are going to be starting with count if and count ifs. Then you are going to answer questions based on some if and some ifs. Then you proceed to count ifs again and some ifs. And also, when you are done with exercise 1, you will go to exercise 2 and also use this particular data set here to answer every one of these questions. These questions here, they are very simple, and at the same time, they are very technical. So after you are done doing this, you are going to rename this Excel file. You are going to rename this Excel file. Please, I want us to be attentive to this. You are going to rename this Excel file, and you put your name there. And then you are going to drop it on the group as your assignment. Or no, I'm going to drop an email. You cannot see, please, can you guys see my screen? Can everyone see my screen here? This dataset 3B that I'm talking about.
No, we can't, sir.
Okay. Let me reshare this dataset 3B. Can you see the screen now? Can you see this 3B here now? Can you guys see this 3B now? Okay. So this dataset 3B, you are going to use this data set to answer these questions here. To answer these questions, just answer this question beside each of the question. For instance, the first question here, you are going to use either count if or count ifs. That is going to be entirely dependent on you. The first question says, what is the number of orders in Boston? You are going to decide whether you are going to be using count ifs or count if, any one of the two. So just carry out the questions. And when you are done with this exercise 1, then you proceed to exercise 2. And also use this data here to answer these questions. This question here. So once you are done with this, save this particular Excel workbook and rename it as your name. Name it as your name, and then I'm going to drop an email on the group for us where we are going to make the submission to. And we are all expected to submit on or before 6 p.m. Friday. 6 p.m. on Friday. Again, 6 p.m. on Friday. So that by the time we meet in our next session next week, Saturday, we are going to solve this particular problem together. I hope we all understand now. I hope we all understand.
Yes.
Okay, so download the data set from the platform. Splendor, what is wrong?
I'm crying laughing.
I can see that. So just download this particular data set, your practice assignment, download it, extract it, and then pick out your 3B, Excel for Analytics 3B, and then find it and solve the problem. So is there anyone with any other question before we end the session? Anyone with any other question, please? Anything you'd like to add or remove? Okay, in the absence of none, please remember, guys, you can always reach out on the group if you're having any challenges. And if you are shy, if you're also shy, you can always reach out to me privately in my DM. I'll be glad to answer your questions. Okay, and also I'm trying to see if there's any other thing. Okay, I think I've covered that. So in the absence of none, thank you guys for your presence. I'll be posting the link for the videos, for the recorded videos. I'm going to be dropping it on the group for us to catch up, for those that missed today's class, so that they can catch up through the videos. I'm going to be dropping the link before the end of today. Before the end of today, I'm going to be dropping the videos. That is the recording for this class, for this session. I'm going to be dropping it on the group before the end of today. Someone is asking, Georgina is asking how long is the live class? Like I said, we are currently done now. Depending on your question, it depends on your question. And so far, so good today. I think we've only used just an hour. Depending on your question, if everyone's question is short, we can spend at least just like 45 minutes or so. So that is it. So thank you guys. See you guys same place next Saturday. So please attempt your assignment and submit, please, on or before 6 p.m. Friday. On or before 6 p.m. Friday. On or before 6 p.m. Friday. All right. See you guys on Saturday.